TD Insurance Auto Centers, claims advisors, repairs and rentals, all in one shop.
Time now to say good morning to Mike Eppel for the latest in business news. And Mike, we're going to be starting off with the grocery bill. It's already gotten higher in 2020, 2021, and it is looking pretty bad when it comes to an increase coming up next year.
Yeah, prices are set to skyrocket by the looks of things at the grocery aisle. Tammy, good morning. As we're watching or looking over this report from Dalhousie University, Professor Sylvain Charlebois puts this out. This is the 12th year, actually, that they've done the food price forecast, and 2022 is looking like the biggest year on record for price inflation. Upwards of 7% is the average food bill in 2022. That equates, I saw this number, over $900 more for a family of four in a single year. That is just something. I mean, we saw prices go up this year on average by 4%, which was right in line with actually the 2021 forecast. But what's been going on? Well, we've had, climate change issues and crop size, swings, and meat prices went much higher this year than they were last year. Those are actually supposed to come down just a little bit, or at least stabilize in 2022. But the ripple effect of this, Tammy, is the fact that, restaurants are going to be faced with higher costs for their menu offerings. So that's going to be passed along. Right. It's going to cost more. That's going to put even more pressure on the restaurant industry, which is already faced with the labor shortage and wage inflation. Have to pay staff more to get workers, and that's going on the menu items. And then you've got consumers going, I can't afford to go to a restaurant. And then we've had, of course, this year in the city, record demand on food banks.
Right.
It's spiraling here. And it's, again, when we're talking about inflation, this is something that governments are going to struggle with mightily in 2022. It's not just here in Canada, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And I was going to say, for example, my husband went to the grocery store the other day. He said a pack of bacon was $8. Hasn't seen that in a long time.
I saw, you know what? It's funny. I saw that myself.
Yeah.
But, again, the grocery industry will have all sorts of lost leaders on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to almost be strategizing your shopping. And I know we've kind of moved away from flyers, coming in your mailbox, or whether it's digital or what have you. But I think that's going to be even more key for consumers to look for the weekly deals, stock up on things that, they're cheap, and just kind of almost play in the market, for goodness sakes, when you're going out grocery shopping.
Getting those coupons again, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have the Bank of Canada, of course, hinting now that there could be, and you've said it for weeks now, likely interest rates going up next year.
They've been telegraphing this, and again, it comes back to inflation. It's this is the thing that and the bank's last policy announcement of 2021 says the cost of living is going to keep climbing. And the economy, interestingly, is doing pretty well. And the central bank figures that the economy is going to be at full output by the second and third quarters of next year. So if you've got rising inflation, which is the bank's mandate, keep that in check, and an economy that's going well, then you're looking at higher interest rates. Is there a need even right now to have interest rates at record low levels? You could argue no, but they don't want to shock the market. We've had massive flooding in British Columbia. That's going to be a hit to BC's economy. The Omicron variant, who knows? So there are still some issues that central banks are dealing with from a policy standpoint. But along with the cost of goods going up next year, the borrowing costs are going to start rising next year as well.
All right. GameStop, lastly, not doing so well this quarter once again.
Again, look, GameStop is a money-losing company. Lost more money in its latest quarter. And for I don't know how many quarters now, they had a management change earlier in the year. And this is a favorite of the meme crowd, the Reddit traders who've been saying, buy GameStop. It's got a huge short position. I don't want to get into all of the vagaries and market minutia. But that, from an investor standpoint, it's done great. It's up 800% this year for a money-losing company, and it's $173. But it is dropping this morning because it's becoming frustrating that the executives keep coming on with the earnings and giving no direction for the future of this company in their conference calls. And that's what the conference calls are supposed to be about. Okay, well, how are things going, and what are you going to do next? They keep missing the mark on that. And yeah, GameStop is down this morning. And I'm just reading here, Tammy, as well, that apparently this is release day for Halo Infinite.
You read that like you didn't know what that was. I don't know what that is.
That's a shock.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a big lineup at Best Buy right now as we speak.
This is massive business. The video game market is huge. People line up for video games. I don't know why you can't just download it directly, but I digress. I just learned earlier this week all about what Twitch was. So, you know, look, I'm old. So I freely admit I'm old. But nevertheless, the gaming industry, whether it is people playing games, people watching people playing games, and all of these video games, they've been massive sellers, multi-billion-dollar business. And this is key for Microsoft and Sony and PlayStation and Xbox and all of these consoles, which are, you know, probably already sold out for Christmas, for goodness sakes, but big money for all these big companies.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. All right, Mike. Thanks very much.
Awesome.
Thanks very much.
We have an Xbox. I don't use it. The kids did. Anyway.
Well, you will soon. You will soon. All right. Thanks very much, Mike.
Thank you.